ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीराम जय जय राम। 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 जय जय राम। जय जय राम। ॐ रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्राय नमः। अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं दनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। ॐ श्रीहनुमते नमः। ॐ ध्यायामि चिन्मयानन्दं गुरुदेवं महामतिं प्रेमपूर्णं क्रियाशीलं सदा लोकहिते रतं कृपालुं सुन्दराकारं समर्थं सत्यदर्शिनं वाचा तत्त्वप्रकाशिन्या शोकमोहविनाशिनं। ॐ श्रीचिन्मयसद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ नमः श्री तुलसीदास सद्वरिष्ठाय धीमते पूरितं हृदयं येन रामप्रेमामृतेन मे। ॐ श्री तुलसीदासाय नमः। Hari Om, a very warm welcome. The two sages went to Janaka Maharaj and advised him, "Hey Maharaj, it is time. They have to go. You have to release Dasharath Maharaj and the entire retinue because this is not permanent. They have to go back." Right? So having advised, Janaka Maharaj immediately, got into action. He called his minister and said, "Avadhanatu chahata chalana. Bhitara karahu janavu." Immediately go and prepare for their return journey. And this is what we saw in the 332nd Chaupai Doha. Continuing. पुरबासी सुनि चलिहि बराता बूझत बिकल परस्पर बाता सत्य गवनु सुनि सब बिल खाने मनहु साझ सरसिज सकुचाने जहाँ जहाँ आवत बसे बराती तह तह सिद्धि चला बहु भांति विविध भांति मेवा पकवाना भोजन साजु न जाई बखाना भरी भरी बसह अपार कहारा पठई जनक अनेक सुसारा तुरगलाख रथ सहस पचीसा सकल सवारे नख रुसीसा मत्त सहस दस सिंधुर साजे जिनहि देखि दिसि कुंजर लाजे कनक बसन मणि भरी भरी जाना महिषी धेनु वस्तु विधि नाना दाइज अमित न सखिय कही दीन विदेह बहोरी जो अवलोकत लोकपति लोक संपदा थोरी सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सद्गुरु नाथ महाराज की जय। पुरबासी सुनि चलिहि बराता बूझत बिकल परस्पर बाता। When Purabasi, the people in the city, when they came to listen to the fact, Suni Chalihi Bharata, the entire retinue of Ayodhya Vasi, they are going to go back. Then they were not very sure. Bhujata Bikala Paraspara Bhata. Everyone started asking, is it true? Are they really going? Did Janaka allow them to go? How can they go? Oh. Everybody started talking. Satya Gavanu Suni Sababilakhane. When they came to understand, when they learned that the guest's departure was certain, Manahu Saja Sarasija Sakuchane, all of their, that brightness, that joy, that entertaining mood, all of them went. Just as Sarasija Sakuchane, when the Surya Bhagavan sets, all the lotuses, all of them crumple down. Think like that, the Puravasis, all of their faces became dull, learning that the retinue is going to go. Jaha taha avata base barati, taha taha siddha chala bahubhati. Now that Janaka Maharaj has instructed what? Wherever they are going to go, all the way wherever they are going to stay, every arrangement must be done pakka. Food, shelter, clothing, etc., everything. Whatever one can think of, everything must be perfect. Therefore, provisions, maybe vegetables, to whatever extent it can stand. Vegetables and so many other, even some furnitures were also sent for them to sit down while they are there. Some carts were sent for the higher category people, ministers, etc. Of course, for the the family of Dasharatha and the other, everything was ready, and they were all taken there and halted at that particular point where they have to stay. Vividha bhati meva pakavana bhojana sajana jai bakhana. Uncountable containers, bags, etc., filled with all food grains, etc., etc., all of them were taken. Those on the way which had to be cooked and which will sustain, it was cooked and sent, and where that materials had to be sent, materials were sent. Everything was taken care pakka, perfectly. Bhari bhari basahu apara kahara pathai janaka aneka susara. Lot of dry fruits were taken. Those which doesn't require much of cooking, but then which can stand for some time in the journey, en route when somebody feels hungry, etc., etc. Then lot of other, requirements in every way were sent. And then lot of oxen which can carry loads, even they were sent with full load. And then there were a lot of porters, porters who can carry, who can lift, they were also sent. Turaga lakha, now look at this. Lakha, 100,000, 1 lakh. Turaga, horses. Ratha sahasa pachisa, pachisa 25, 25,000 ratha were sent. Sakala samare, nakha arusisa, top to bottom beautifully decorated. Wonderfully decorated chariots. Matta sahasa, 10,000, matta sahasa dasa. Dasa 10, Sahasa 1,000, Matta elephants, 10,000 elephants, all were very well adorned, beautifully decorated. Sindhura Saje, beautifully decorated. Jinahi Dekhi, Disikunjara Laje, even those elephants which are guarding the 8 dik, even they felt ashamed. So wonderful were the elephants there. Kanaka Basanamani Bhari Bhari Jana. Gold and lot of apparels, dresses, and then jewels and everything. Wow, they were sent in bags and loads. Then all the she buffaloes were also sent, so that in between they can milk and then drink for everybody. All that, everything. Please note, these are all not to be returned back. It is all gifts. Remember, it is not dowry. Gifts. Dai jamita nasakiya kahi dina bideha bahori. In this way, one more set of beautiful, heartful, loving gifts were given to the entire retinue, which was, immeasurable, beyond description. Na sakiya kahi, cannot be described at all. Jo avalokata lokapati loka sampadathori. And the wealth that were possessed by all the lords of different worlds, even they felt very small when seeing the kind of wealth Janaka Maharaj sent along with the Bharat. Continuing. Sabu samaju yehi bhati banai Janaka vadha puradinha pathai Chalihi barat sunat sabarani Bikalamina gana janula ghupani Puni puni siya goda karilehi Deha asisa sikhavanu dehi Hoye hu santata piyahi piyari चिरो अहि बात शीस हमारी सासु ससुर गुरद्धेवा करेहु पति रुख लखियायसु अनुसरेहु अति सनेह बस सखी सयानी नारी धर्म सिखवहि मृदुबानी सादर सकल कुवरि समुझाई रानी बार बार उरलाई, बहुरी बहुरी भेट ही महतारी, कहीं बिरंची रची कत नारी, तेहि अवसर भाई न सहित, राम भानुकुल केतु, चले जनक मंदिर मुदित, विदा करावन हेतु, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, सद्गुरु नाथ महाराज की जय। सब समाज एहि भांति बनाई, जनक अवधपुर दीन्हि पटाई। Once all the arrangements were done as per the list that we have seen earlier, Janaka had, kind of done with all arrangements, dispatched towards Ayodhya, to Ayodhya. Chali barat sunat sab rani. Now all the ranis, when we say ranis, those days that culture was there. Now that culture is not there. Now there are a lot of other rules and regulations. But earlier, every king had several wives. We don't know, nowhere it is mentioned how many wives did Janaka had. Alright. Otherwise, he had several wives. Even Dasharatha had several wives, but then it is not generally mentioned. Now, all the queens heard that the bridegroom's party, of course, along with the daughters of Mithila, they are going to start on the return journey. Bikalamina ganajanu laghupani. All felt extremely miserable. They were all disturbed. Why? Until now, everything was so joyful. It was celebration everywhere. Now suddenly they are going to go back to Ayodhya. And now suddenly they felt as though, we say fish out of water. Some people say there are butterflies in the stomach. Meaning what? There is an internal disturbance. There is some internal agitation. Therefore, all of them were distressed. All of them felt miserable. Puni puni siya goda karilehi, dehi asisa sikhavanu dehi. Again and again, Mata Sunandaji, and of course all other queens also, all of them, they took her to their lap. They were all not very old, you see. They were all teenagers, we may say. Or maybe even less than teenagers. They took them to the lap and, they blessed them wholeheartedly. They blessed them. And then they said, the following words they said. What did they say? Ho yehu santata piyahi piyari, chiru ahi basa sisa hamari. Oh, my dear sweet daughters, now be ever beloved of your Lord. Remember, 4 daughters are going. All the 4, they said, Sita, Ramchandra ji, Urmila, Lakshman ji, Mandavi, Bharat ji, and Shrutakirti, Shatrughna ji. Be committed to your Lord. Now see, these are all very important, what do you call it as? Instructions, guidelines given by the mothers to their daughters. Sasu sasura gura seva karehu. When you go there in your in-laws' place, please don't step back even an iota to work and, serve them. And not only that, follow whatever the instructions has been given and without a second thought, obey. And not only that, you must make sure you please your husband according to his choice, According to his pleasure, you have to work even before they say you must have done that. That is a kind of alertness you must have. Meaning what? Serve sincerely. Today, even if you say people don't, that's a different issue, isn't it? Today, even if people say, people are different, they have got different aspirations and so on, and therefore, all these days nobody will want to take. They will look at that person, or they won't even want to look at that person even. The one who advises. But then all the daughters of Mithila quietly listen to them. Atisaneha bas sakhi sayani nari dharma sikhavani mridubani, with very, very soft words. Sakhina sayani, the very intelligent elderly companions of the daughters, they also taught Sitaji and the other three also what is Nari Dharma. What is the dharma of a woman, and at the same time they also taught them how they should conduct themselves at the in-laws place. Every kind of duties and other things. Also several people, gave lot of tidbits. If this happens, you should do this. If that happens, you should do this. Like that. It's a lot of, even now it is a little too much. Whenever somebody, kind of listens to one advice, people will flood them with advices. Not like that. What is important, what is required, what is, that which is very, very required for a Griha Lakshmi to understand. All of them gave her all those wonderful advices on Nari Dharma. Bahuri Bahuri Petahi Mahatari. Now, not only the Sakhini Sayani, Sadara Sakala Kuvari Samujayi, Ranina Bara Bara Uralai. They all of them not only advised them, guided them, etc., but basically they were all so disturbed, so much in distress. Now the children are going to go away. So they embraced them time and again. They probably shed lot of tears of the forthcoming separation. Bahuri Bahuri Bhetahi Mahatari. And the mothers again and again embrace their daughters. Why? Come for a last time, let me hug you because you are going to go now. Like that 23 times might happen. In the name of last time, it may happen. Kahahi viranchi rachi katanari. Why at all Brahmas, the creator, why at all did he create a woman? And what is this culture to send them away? She was in such distress. Therefore, such words of pain, of separation came out. Tehi avasar bhaina sahita Ramu Banukula Ketu Chale Janaka Mandira Mudita Bidakaravana Hetu. That very moment when they were talking like this along with their daughters, Ramchandraji, the great Yuvaraja of the solar dynasty, Bhanukula, and he quietly entered along with his three brothers to take permission to go. Where did they come? They entered Janaka Maharajji's palace. Continuing. Chari Ubhai Subhaya Suhai Nagara Nari Nara Dekhan Dhai Ko Kah Chalan Chahat Hahi Aju Kinha Bideha Bidakar Saju Lehu Nayana Bhari Rupa Nihari Priya Pahune Bhupa Sutachari Ko jane kahi sukrita sayani Nayana atithi kinhe vidhyani Marana silu jimi pava piyusha Suratarula hai janama kara bhukha पावनार की हरिपद जैसे इन कर दरसनु हम कहतैसे निरखि राम शोभाउर दरहु निज मन फनि मूरति मनि करहु एहि विधि सब ही नयन फल देता गए कुंवर सब राजनिकेता रूप सिंधु सब बंधु लखी हर्षि उठार निबासु करहि निछावर आरती महामुदित मनसा सुसियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। चारि उभाई सुभाय सुहाये नगर नारी नर देखन धाये। Mithilavasis, both men and women, ran to see the four brothers. Why? Very soon they are going to go away. And when they went to see him, they were naturally beautiful, naturally lovely, they were naturally handsome. को कह चलन चाहत हहि आजू. One said, they intend leaving today. While they were going and wanting to have the darshan of Bhagavan. Kinha bideha bidakar saju. Our Maharaja has already made all the arrangements and the farewell is going to happen very soon. Lehu nayana bhari rupa nihari. My dear friends, everybody is telling all other friends of Mithila Nagari. My dear friends, let your eyes drink their beauty to the extent possible. Because after that, sometimes you will not be able to see him. It is not like, okay, I'll take a mobile and then make a click and now I can see his face. No, no such thing were available at that time. Therefore, fill your eyes with the beauty of Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra Ji and the other three brothers also. Priya Pahune Bhupa Sutachari. And they are the most welcome guests of Mithila Nagari until today. Therefore, take their darshan, have their pratibimba in your heart, register it properly. Ko jane kehi sukrita sayani nayana athiti kinhe bidhiyani. Who knows? He sayani, sukrita sayani, who knows what virtuous deeds that we have done earlier? We must have. Today we probably should add within one bracket by mistake. Why? By mistake only Sukrita Karya comes. Very rarely it comes these days. With due respects, please. Isn't it? Everybody is busy in their own Karya, in Swartha Karya. And more often than not, that which they are not supposed to do. Think. Therefore, some Sukrita Karya we must have done in the past Janmas probably, because of which, fate has brought us now in front of us while we are alive. Right in front of us we are seeing the four brothers. Therefore, take their darshana properly. Bhagavan is so kind enough to bring them in front of our eyes. Maranasilu pava piyusha. It is like even a dying man, Maranashilu. And just before the time of death, he got Piyusha. What is that? Amrita. He is about to die almost at the threshold of death. He got Amrita. Similarly, we all have got the darshan of Bhagavan like Amrita. Surataru lahain janama kar bhuka. Or the comparison is, it is something like a person who is almost starving to death. And at the time of death, he comes to discover a surataru, a fulfilling tree. Imagine, anything you ask, that tree will fulfill. That kind of a tree. Who saw it? The person who is about to, who is starving to death. पावनार की हरिपद जैसे इन कर दरसनु हम कह तैसे. And one who is pushed to Naraka, probably all bad deeds what he might have sent, I mean he might have done. Now he is pushed to Narakaloka, and on the way by mistake he stumbled upon something. And where did he fall? At the feet of Sri Hari. Think, if you fall at the feet of Sri Hari, what more you require? Life is fulfilled, isn't it? And a person who is damned to hell, who has been pushed to Naraka, and he fell, instead of falling in the Naraka Loka, he fell at the feet of Bhagavan Sri Hari. How blessed he might be. Similarly, all of us are blessed to have got the physical darshan also of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra ji and all the three brothers. Nirakhi Rama Sobhavura Dharahu Nija Mana Phani Murati Mana Karahu. Watch Rama. Forget the world. Now it is no worth. Ramchandraji is here. Look at him. Heartful love with which, when you look at him, fill him with that same, in that same heart, fill his beautiful rupa. Nijamana phani murati manikarahu. Let your mind fondly, let it cherish that wonderful rupa, that wonderful image, that beautiful image. How? A very interesting example. A serpent with the gem on the head. Very, very bright, very beautiful, throwing light all around. It is like the hood of the snake, which has got that beautiful gem in it. Ehi bidhi sabahi nayana paludeta gaye kuvar sabaraja niketa. In this way, when the Nagaravasis were filling their heart and eyes with the beauty of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji's wonderful presence in Mithila Nagari, the four princes, Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna, along with their consorts, they marched towards the royal palace where Janaka Maharaj would stay. Rupa Sindhu Sababandhu Laki Harashi Uthara Nivasu. When they were going to the palace, all the women there started jumping. Why? No, Ramchandraji, Lakshmanji, Bharataji, Shatrughna, they are coming towards them. All the Nagaravasis ran to take their darshan. Now the maids and other servants and even the Ranis in the palace, they saw the four brothers coming towards them, who were so ocean of beauty. See, all through this you will find Rupa Sindhu. This is very beautifully expressed. It only shows the heart of the Nagaravasis. That heart which loves somebody cannot see fault. Param Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananji would often say, faults become thick when love is thin. Probably we have to reverse this wonderful statement for the occasion here. Love is thick, therefore faults is not at all there, not even thin. It is not at all there. Why? Everybody wholeheartedly loved the four brothers. Karahini chavari arati mahamudita manasasu. All the mother-in-laws came running. The four children, they came running and they were in ecstatic mood and they performed arati for all the bridegrooms, or rather their son-in-laws. Continuing. देखी राम छवि अति अनुरागी, प्रेम बिबस पुनि पुनि पद लागी, रही न लाज प्रीति उर छाई, सहज सनेहु बरनि किमि जाई, भाई न सहित उबटि अनवाये, चरस असन अति हेतु जेवाये, बोले राम सुअवसरु जानी, सील सनेह सकुचमय बानी, रावु अवधपुर चहत सिधाये, बिदा हो न हम इहाँ पठाये, मातु मुदित मन आय सुदेहु, बालक जानी कर बनि तनेहु, सुनत बचन बिलखे उरनि बासु, बोली न सकई प्रेम बसरासु, हृदय लगाई कुंवरी सबलीन्ही, पति न सौंपि बिनती अति कीन्ही. We will see this. देखी राम छवि अति अनुरागी. Devi Sunayana, the wife of Janaka Maharaj, was extremely delighted to see Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra ji and the very beauty of Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra ji. Prema bibasa puni puni padalagi. Affectionately, with all love, with lots of respect and reverence, again and again she fell at the feet. This was a custom earlier. See, in the olden days, the custom is the son-in-law is considered to be God almost God, if not God. Therefore, even the mother-in-laws will fall at the feet of the son-in-law. Why? So that he has also respect and he will take care of the daughter very well. This could be one of the reasons, one among the reasons. Alright, she again and again fell at his feet. 1. 2. Ramchandra ji is almost seen as God only by the Nagaravasis. Therefore, falling at his feet is not just one entity, falling at his feet is to the Bhagavan himself. Rahi na laj preeti urachai. All their hearts were filled with love towards the 4 brothers, and even shyness became shy. The very shyness became shy, meaning what? They rejected all shyness and they just wanted to express themselves in front of Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra ji. Sahaja sanehu barani kimi jai. Tell me, the way it is being described, can there be so much of love towards a son-in-law? And this is where Tulsi Dasi very beautifully describes that it is possible. The Varnana of the love of everybody Mithilavasis, why only Ranis? Everybody was so much towards Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra ji. It is absolutely indescribable. And whatever you describe only defies the truth. भाई न सहित उबटि अनवाये, छरस सनाति हेतु जीवा जेवाये. Now all the mother-in-laws came. Now see, mother-in-laws are all elderly people, obviously, and these 4 brothers they're not very big man or something, they're boys only. Therefore, they took them to be their children only, and then took them inside, and they had kept lot of very good cosmetics with which bath should be given, lot of powders, shika, kai powder, etc., etc. Raja, therefore many other powders also must have been there, and therefore they took all of those powders, and then they applied on them, and they wanted to give them bath also, and then beautiful clothes. Oh, I have not brought the clothes here for bath. No problem, plenty are here. Hey, bring. And the new clothes were also given. And then they entertained all the four boys with wonderful, tasty dishes. They gave them beautiful. You remember 6 types of flavors we have discussed. Now I'm not going to repeat. Okay. With all that, they fed them wonderfully. Bole Ramu Suavasaru Jani. Finding the opportunity a little suitable because that eruption has slowed down, coming down. Sila Sanehu Sakuchamaya Bani. With lot of modesty, with humility, with reverence, and with lot of love, of course, and a bit of inhibition. Why? Now this is not a very interesting thing to be shared. They have to separate, they have to go. So with lower voice, Mridubani, he said, Ravu Avadhapura Chahata Sidhaye. Ravu the king has now decided to leave for Ayodhya. Therefore, Bidaho Nahamaiha Pathaye. For the sake of taking leave of you, he has sent us here. Matu mudita manaya sudehu. Hey mothers, because many are there. Please grant us permission with cheerful mind. No, what to do? We have to go. No. With cheerful mind, accepting the fact that we have served a lot here, we have been here for a long time. Now it is time for us to go and take care of our dharma. Therefore, with cheerful mind, lovingly, you send us. Balakajani karabanitaten. Please consider as your children, and with lot of love, you please send us to our destination. Sunata Bachana Bilakhevura Nivasu. All the queens were all very distressed, and all the other ladies who were also there, all of them felt very bad. But then what to do? Things have to happen, you see. Someday or other it has to happen. Boli nasakai prema basasasu. The overwhelming emotion in all the queens, can just not be put into words. Hridaya lagai kuvari sabalinhi. They again and again they clasped, they embraced their daughters to their bosom. Patina saupi binati atikinhi. And then they gave their hands to their respective husbands. And then, with overwhelming emotions, they had to give. Isn't it? Now see what Tulsi Dasi writes. Kari binaya siya ramahi samarapi jori kar puni puni kahai bali javu tat sujana tuma kahu bidita gati sabaki ahai parivar purajana mohi rajahi prana priyasiya jani bi Tulsi sasilu sanehu lakhi nija kinkari kariman bi. Tuma paripuran kama jana siro mani bhava priya managuna gaha karama dosha dalana karunayatana. Very beautifully it is said. Kari binayasiya ramahi samarapi jori kara puni puni kahe. With humble submission, Devi Sunena gave the hand of Sitaji at the hands of Ramchandraji, and with joined palms again and again she prayed to him. What did she say? Bali jao tata sujana tumakahu badita gati sabakiya hai. Hey Rama, I offer myself as a sacrifice at your feet. Sunaina ji says, I offer myself as a sacrifice. May all people, the wise people, the beloved people, bless them. Just bless them. And you also know, hey Rama, you also know what is all passing through in the minds of all of us. Who else can know? Therefore, Parivara Purajana Mohirajahi Prana Priya Siya Janabi. Please, Janabi, please know. Please consider to know what Sita ji is the very life of all of us. Everybody, just not me or just not me, me and the queens. Purajana, the entire city, no exceptions at all. You know, this only shows how much the kings and the queens have shown love to the entire city, that the entire city, Nagaravasis, all of them love the king and the queens. Think, the children also were loved so much. And then she says, please know, Sitaji is the darling of all of us. And therefore, what to talk if the Nagaravasis love her so much, if the queens love her so much, what to talk of, the king? Tulsi sasilu sani lakhi nija king kari kari manabi. Therefore, considering all of our love, O Lord of Tulsi, here Vishnu Bhagavan is indicated in the manner of saying, many of them knew Ramchandraji is nothing but avatar of Vishnu Bhagavan. This is one rendering, this is one interpretation. O Lord of Tulsi, treat her as your maid. Treat her as your servant only, but give her all love and affection which she richly deserves. Tuma paripurana kama, you have your desires completely fulfilled. Jana siromani bhava priya, you are Jnana Shiromani. Jnana Shiromani means Jnana Shiromani. You are the crest jewel of all the wise people, learned people. Bhava Priya. And it is that love which you have for others, and it is the love which others have for you, attract each other. And you are the very beacon of everybody, beacon light of everybody. Therefore, Jana guna gahaka Rama, please consider only the good points of your devotees. All of us cannot be only good. We do have lot of, bad qualities, bad thoughts. Need not be worst or crime or something like that. But they can definitely be something bad in us. Please accept our limitations. Please accept with all our faults. And your devotees love you so much. For that love, you please accept. Dosha dalana karunayatana. Please eradicate, dispel all our weaknesses, and then accept at your abode of karuna, abode of mercy. We will continue tomorrow. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।